LPT Buy a cheap cordless drill. Seriously. You can get one for like $30, and you'll never again struggle with putting together furniture or fixing half the stuff around the house. Loose cabinet doors, IKEA bookshelf, all sorts of stuff. It's just a great thing to have, and when you need it, you'll be so glad you have it. Edit to people saying why go cheap. It doesn't necessarily have to be cheap. My point is just that it's a good thing to have, and even if you're on a budget you can get one very easily. I think it goes without saying that better tools in more knowledgeable hands can accomplish more. But you can have a functional tool that you'll be super thankful for when the time comes. IKEA actually sells some very cheap ones that are alright as long as you don't need to use them all day or require massive torque. Yes. I saw somewhere a rule for tools that I have followed: buy cheap first, and if gets broken, buy the expensive one only then. Usually for low-use tools you don't need the best one, and you will quickly learn which ones need the expensive version. TF are people talking about in this thread? The batteries last way more than what they're saying. I've had my battery-powered drill for 5 years now and it works totally fine. Bosch drills rock. I am having so much fun screwing and descrewing stuff. Made my own table. 17 screws and I was ready for another table. Variable torque. You need something that can go low power before you wreck something. I think the real pro tip is buy tools and learn how to use them. Personally, I own an impact driver from when I interned for a construction company. A set of socket wrenches, a torque wrench, and an iFixit kit. Just those tools have made 98 of my home improvement repairs possible. And good trigger control made using an impact driver a cinch for putting together an entire living room's worth of IKEA furniture. Double pro tip when buying tools: buy cheap and buy twice. Harbor Freight has a just fine household cordless for about $15. I have an 18V, a wired 90 degrees drill, and a big impact drill for masonry. But the little 12V is just fine for around the house stuff. Counterpoint: get a cordless impact driver. Won't strip screws and can do everything a drill can do plus more. LPT use tools. It makes jobs so much easier. I bought a cheap cordless electric screwdriver. The battery lasted a year. Harbor Freight gang rise up lol. I think another good reason to buy cheap is that a lot of home DIY types don't realize that even a $300 drill might be overkill for them, seeing as they only get it out of the drawer 3 times a year to build furniture or put up hooks. I bought a $100 Ryobi that I use probably once a month. And even that I use way less than a $40 no-name brand one I bought at an Aldi like 15 years ago. That still works fine for simple tasks. Why are you drilling an IKEA bookshelf? Why buy a drill when I can use a screwdriver and work on my muscles? Flexed biceps, light skin tone, open mouth smile. Do you mean a cordless screwdriver? I wouldn't use a drill for loose cabinet doors or building IKEA furniture. If you want to buy a cheap cordless drill every few months, buy Black & Decker. Things are crap. Do you own a house? Then a cordless drill will be more useful. A apartment. Why not use one with a cord? So, you're suggesting spending $30 for something you'll use maybe 10 times before the battery dies and renders it useless? When you can get a cheap corded drill for less than that but will last for the rest of your life. Buy a corded drill from Goodwill. And it won't become e-waste nearly as soon. $30 drill and charger and battery is not gonna last. Disagree. Buy a good one. Makita. Set the drill to the lowest torque setting when assembling your cheap furniture so you don't strip out the particle board. Many good drills also have a hammer drill setting in case you need to drill into brick concrete for basement or outside jobs. I would actually say invest the money in a good cordless drill. DeWalt, Milwaukee, rigid or similar. They will last you a lifetime and will grow with you as your needs change. A cheap drill will probably be fine in an apartment, but a good drill will be needed as you purchase a home. Better to invest $100 today than to buy a $30 drill that dies in a year. A nice screwdriver is a better investment. Want to use a drill to put together furniture? For a DeWalt drill, if you set it at a 6-7 mark, that's hand-tightened screwdriver tight. Anything above that from 8 drill will apply too much force and wreck things. Don't know the numbers I'm talking about? Look closer at the front of your drill that you hold while changing bits. Can you buy it for me? Don't claim just buy something as a tip. As a tradesman, I approve this message. I'll stick with my Milwaukee fuel power tools over your $30 drill though. Or buy an expensive one. Or two. I have about 8 Porter cable impacts and drills. They all get used. The batteries last for a week. Shoot. Check clearance and refurbished. A good drill for whatever can be had for under $100 if you look a bit. I've got a cordless drill, impact driver, circular saw, orbital sander, leaf blower, line trimmer, chainsaw, hedge trimmer, and router. It's so much easier to slap in a new battery than to find a power point, change the plug, trip over cord, etc. I love them all. Cordless hole punchers are also useful, especially as an American. Definitely agree, a cheap cordless drill is a game changer for DIY projects and household fixes. Can't believe I didn't get one earlier. I always buy the small Black & Decker cordless drills to give to people for housewarming gifts, along with a small toolbox that also include other basic tools to be used around the house. Cordless drills are a must-have. You don't have to buy the construction-grade ones either. Just a small one will do for most chores around the house. Better yet, spend a bit more and buy a good drill. I use Makita but have friends that like DeWalt. Spend like $20 more, get a Bosch brushless 12V drill. I use mine daily for 6 years without issue. My ratcheting screwdriver is my favorite tool. It saves so many wrist turns. Got a decent one during the last Prime Days half off. Buy a nice drill, you will only thank yourself. I've only ever had cheap ones and they are a headache. Also, spend a few bucks on a rubber mallet. It will let you fit parts together without leaving a mark. Don't go too cheap on cordless tools or you will be buying it twice. Start off with the lowest torque setting on the clutch and build it up until screw goes into correct depth. Even engineered wood is a natural product at heart, so the setting will vary slightly on how deep the screw goes. This is a great one. I got a Milwaukee drill from Amazon for $35. You guys just need to time it right. If you don't use a drill a lot, do not use on IKEA. A little too much power for one screw and it's toast. You can also buy brushes and heads to turn them into cleaning devices. Especially great for cleaning the grooves of the tiles in the bathroom. While I agree the cheap stuff has gotten a lot better, the good stuff really isn't that much more. If you shop, you can get a Milwaukee Fuel 12V drill or impact with 2X battery and charger for $100. These have as much power as the cheap 18V. Way much less. Have better trigger feel for easing screws in. And have adjustable speeds clutches so you are less likely to strip things. I did 80 of fencing on one of their small 2Ah batteries. It was amazing.